Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche Podcast. We've got AJ and Rudo coming to you live. Gonna be a fun day. We're gonna do some trivia. AJ's usually a master, so I have to make it unbelievably hard. But play along in the chat or play along if you're watching after the fact or listening. See if you can guess some. There are a few questions that should be pretty straightforward. There are some quite difficult ones as well. Before we jump in to the actual trivia questions and all of that, a little bit of the news of the day. One of the Stadium Series games for this upcoming season announced today. Tampa Bay versus the Boston Bruins. I've been reasonably vocal about my exhaustion of outdoor games in the NHL. I'm the filthy Frank meme of it's time to stop. I get it for local fans, for people in the region. It's definitely a fun event. The event of an outdoor game is great. There's just too many of them for me. And the actual quality, especially when you're putting it in a place like Tampa Bay, where there's just going to be, the elements are going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, the Avs have played 2 outdoor games in Colorado, and the ice was awful by the end of each of those games, and the quality of those games was
not great.
I mean, I guess the first one was entertaining because both goalies were not good, so that made life a little easier. But the whole outdoor game spectacle was a really cool concept. It does feel oversaturated where the NHL was like, hey, we really hit on something here. And then gave it to everybody. The entire Stadium Series exists because they were like, let's overdo this. You know, now and then they have the Heritage Classic for the Canadian teams. Like, it's just, it should have just stayed at the Winter Classic because, you know, back when they first started and it was all the rage, it was like, oh my God, could you imagine one at like Folsom Field with like the Flatirons as the backdrop? And you're like, yeah, that would be amazing, right? They did one at Coors Field between the Wings and Avs, and the entire, like, the most exciting thing was the alumni game.
By far. It's
like,
I mean, beyond my want to have all sports indoors at all times because it should be man versus man and not man versus the elements. It comes down to the quality of the product. And like I said, maybe I'm the hater here. I do think it's an event that is cool and that every fan base should get to experience once, because you go to these events and it's similar to the All-Star game in a good way, where you go to these outdoor games not for the actual game itself, but for the atmosphere and for everything going around these games. It's like one big party, right? So it's more of a vibes event than the actual hockey event.
Yeah, it's a spectacle.
But the other problem I have with the outdoor games, and we can get this in because he's not on the show today, and maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's just something I dislike. I don't know. You can agree or disagree, AJ, but I think we're getting to a point where the NHL is becoming over-reliant on their original 6 to drive, I don't know if I'd say revenue, but certainly like attendance numbers and viewership numbers. We've seen almost every single stadium. I think there's one Stadium Series game. Now there's at least a few, but the vast majority of Stadium Series games include at least one original six team, and I'm sure that's the NHL trying to get people in the gate, trying to get people to tune in. But when you dig in as on television as an outdoor game, I maybe it's just because I'm tired of the original six, but does the NHL need to branch out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it really didn't help when they put Chicago in an outdoor game like 8 of 9 years or some
Yeah,
nonsense, right?
for sure.
Like non-stop outdoor games where they were like even that fan base was like, oh, what's our outdoor jersey this time? You know, like
When you have so many, you've run out of jersey designs. Yeah, that's too many.
yeah, and it should really be like I think the outdoor games should have been it should have been we need to cut it down to one. It needs to go back to being an exclusive special thing, and it needs to be a reward for being good.
Sure.
Like you need to only consider top 8 teams in the league. Like teams that are very good. No, like part of the Dallas Nashville problem that I had was I was like, I don't really care about this game. You
Yeah.
know, like
Two middle of the
that's
pack
the
teams.
yeah, and uh, when you're talking about trying to move away from the middle six stuff, I think a lot of it is that when they do Colorado, Los Angeles, nobody outside of those two cities knew that there was an outdoor game that night.
Yeah.
Like part of it is the marketing, right? And that the Stadium Series usually happens in like February or March, like well after the Winter Classic, where you're like, oh, we're still doing this.
Yep.
The marketing for it isn't great, and yeah, there's just I think there's burnout on the entire process. But also, can we get a little creativity? They played a basketball game on an aircraft carrier.
No, can we actually
Like,
play on Lake Tahoe?
yeah, like Lake Tahoe was honestly like an awesome idea. They just obviously their execution of it was like not great with the whole hey, we're gonna do this at like 11 a.m. when the sun is
Yeah.
nice and bright and melted the entire surface. Like bad call. But even at night, like we stayed the 10-hour delay in that game. The spectacle of it was awesome. At night, like it looked super cool. The whole thing was so much more intimate and neat. I would love to see more stuff like that.
Yeah. I
Get
mean,
creative. If you're going to
dude,
continue to hammer these outdoor games, do something interesting.
they found success with the NHL frenzy or whatever you want to call it. The days where they have every team in the league playing, right?
Yeah,
You're telling me you can't put like four of those games on a pond in Minnesota or something? You can have
that'd
them
be
all
fun.
playing in the same zone, like the same area. You can have a shot with like all three games going on or something cool.
See this. You're spitballing, and this is more interesting than what they're coming up with.
Because they found exactly one thing that worked and then did it to death.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I think part of it is also you got to pick teams that are good. You want to pick teams that don't like each other. Like Colorado Dallas right now would be great. When they picked
yep,
Colorado Vegas, it was great. Both of
yep.
those teams were really good and they had a healthy dislike of one another. It was a perfect the timing of that was really really well done. I think that's what helped make it so interesting and, the one outdoor game the Avs won, so I'm like it's the best one. But really like it was
And
just their approach to that game was better than their approach to the average outdoor game, and I think that's why it made such an interesting experience overall.
instead, they're doing Tampa Bay Boston, and everyone looks at those two teams and shrugs collectively, right? Like, even the fan bases of those two teams are like, "Oh, I guess we're playing those guys."
I can tell you from a media perspective, I hope the Avs never do another one. Please don't
Yeah,
put them in one.
yeah,
They're not. They're off. Everything about them sucks. Like you talk about it for weeks leading up to it. Everything is the same. Like from a marketing perspective, okay. Like you brand it, you blast it out there. Oh my god, outdoor game. But even just from like our perspective, like on a podcast, we could get like the guy in charge of the ice to come onto the show and be like, well, here are the challenges of it. And I'm sorry, 20 minutes into that, even being on the show, I would be like, I'm good. Like
Yeah.
All right, nerd. You know? Like
Yep.
there's just only so much you can do with it, especially since we're so far into it and they've had so many of them. I think them going to Europe is more interesting
Straight up.
than like them playing games in Europe is way cooler.
Way
Not
more
from a
down for more
visual
Europe. Yep.
perspective. I don't really care, you know? Like I don't but like watching Mikko have a hat trick in Finland, like
Yeah,
a
it's dope.
block away or a couple miles away from, where he played junior hockey, like that was a special moment. That was super cool. It was meaningful. That kind of stuff is really awesome. You put a lot of Swedes in a game in Sweden, dude. It's really cool. It's great for those guys. You can appreciate. It's great for those local fans, and it sucks for like us because like these local fans would lose out on a home game. That sucks. But it's something bigger. It's something cooler. I like the whole European thing. I like a lot more than the outdoor games at this point. Now they just need outdoor European games.
Not that. Ugh, please don't do that.
Come on, Europe's got all kinds of cool castles. You can't find a location out there to have like a castle in the background.
I'm sure you could find unbelievable locations, and then the hockey would still be terrible.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna be outdoor games are just gonna mostly be bad hockey. But like, come on, do it like the Swiss Alps. All right, I'm back in.
They should just. The Olympics should be required to be at all ridiculous locations. All right.
All right.
Yeah, the gold medal game has to be played on like the oldest castle in the country or something.
Vlad the Impaler's old front yard.
I guess this year it can be played in the Coliseum. All right.
That'd be awesome. It would mess up that Coliseum.
Yeah, I mean, ruin it for sure.
That would be bad.
I didn't know we were stumbling into this, but let me ask you quickly something that I've been thinking about, and this is almost undoubtedly my North American bias, but Olympics, should they transition to NHL ice instead of international ice? Or rather, let me expand that further. Should all leagues across the globe transition to the smaller ice?
Yeah, I like the game more.
Me too.
So like that's my bias is that I like the tighter checking. I like the smaller surface. I think it would make European scouting a lot better because how many of those guys abuse that extra ice behind the net and end up looking like all-stars, and then they get on the smaller surface and they're like, "Oh my god,
this is hard.
This is tough."
Turns out I play
These
east
guys
to
are
west
all
a
over you.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah. You play east to west a lot because you can. Like making a football field 60 yards wide where you're like, oh, the fast guys just go zoom, 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 right around everybody.
Yep.
You know, like I would say I don't really care, but I am always pro smaller surface. I just think it's better. I think it's better hockey.
I agree. It's in a lot of ways it's weird to me that it isn't. There hasn't been some sort of international agreement on this is the ice we're going to play on.
Yeah.
You have, and really, you actually have three different sizes. You have the international ice, which most of the world uses. You have the North American ice, which obviously the NHL, AHL uses. American juniors, stuff like that, Canadian juniors too. But then you also have Finland, which is like a weird in between. That's not full international, but it's also bigger than North American ice.
Yeah.
It's just weird that we've ended up with so many. And like, this is not unique necessarily. Soccer has a certain range of sizes you can have your pitch. Obviously, baseball, you have very, very unique stadiums. But it does feel like hockey should be more uniform, I think.
The baseball thing, I think, is both fun and it drives me insane because, like, I'm watching Hartford Yard Goats highlights and
Yeah.
I see one of the top Rockies prospects hits a home run out to right field, and I'm like, nice, look at that power. And then you go and you look at the dimensions,
It's
you
like
see
330.
320 feet,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's a fly ball in like every big league ballpark. So that part of it drives me a little nuts.
But
That
is
like
it
how translatable is
standardized?
this?
But was it standardized in the Olympics? Like, was there like a specific like field?
For baseball?
Yeah, for baseball. Like for like any
Well, yeah, I
sport.
mean,
Like,
it gets played in the same place, right? So that's, I guess yes, because it's just not being moved to different locations. But for specifically for ice surfaces, I do think that I don't strongly feel about this much, but I will say that the larger ice has lower scoring, and that's not fun for anybody. Like
True.
scoring is fun. High scoring games are fun. Yeah, you can appreciate a tight checking defensive game, and some 1-0, 2-1 games are great games, but you don't want them to be all the games.
It,
And the larger ice, it's counterintuitive that the larger ice would lead to less scoring, but it does. You look at
yep,
all of the leagues that have larger ice, they're all lower scoring.
it's true. Less chaos, I suppose. I the baseball thing to me is the weird one. Like it ruins statistics for me. And baseball is the most statistical sport there is out there. But if you're a lefty that
Yeah.
plays for the Red Sox and you hit 50 home runs to your power side, like cool, you don't hit the ball that far. You get traded to another team and all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
in
You don't
25
need
home.
to.
It'd be like if
Yeah.
the Maple Leafs had a net that was 6 inches bigger on their home ice. And I was like, oh, wow, Mitch Marner scored 65 goals last year. And then he goes to another team and scores 30. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, they need
Anyway.
a smaller net to help their goaltending.
Not wrong. A topic for a different day, though. And we do need to take our first break of the show. So let's make sure we are sticking to our regulation size. I don't know. Whatever we're doing, make sure you're doing it with a Toyota, as they're the official vehicle of DNVR and the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche. Whatever type of vehicle you're looking for, they don't have all uniform vehicles over there. They've got the trucks, they've got the SUVs, they've got the sedans, and they've got 17 different models with all-wheel or four-wheel drive if you want to take it off-road or just want the security of that control on the road. So jump in with them. They also offer the most low or zero emission vehicles of any automaker out there at Toyota. You can get 16 different hybrid vehicles to help you save money on your daily commute, or, you know, if you just want that, you can jump in with their Tundra iForce Max even. They've even got hybrid trucks. So jump in with Toyota today. Visit your Front Range stores at a location near you, including AutoNation Toyota, Rapo, Centennial, Corbin Toyota, Boulder, Groove Toyota, Littleton, Mountain States Toyota, Denver, Stevens Toyota, East Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Again, Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. And once you've got your Toyota, you can hop in, get around to where you need to go. Go check out Empire today. Empire today are the flooring experts. They're dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. They've got everything you need. You can go online, of course, to empiretoday.com/DNVR. That'll save you $350 on your new floors. The coolest part about going online is you can measure out your stuff with their online tools and see what a floor might look like in your space. And you can schedule a free in-home estimate where Empire Today will come out. They'll bring flooring swatches. You can see the floor in your space with your furniture before they put it in, so you know you're getting what you want. So jump in, schedule a free in-home estimate today, because some things are just better at home, and get that $350 discount with code DNVR. Of course, that's empiretoday.com/DNVR. You can visit for full details, or of course, you can always call 1-800-588-2300 Empire. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. I don't know. These topics are always fun to talk about, but ultimately, hockey's cool.
Yeah.
how
Well
much is
said.
too much?
Hockey's cool.
How much?
Let's pack it up for the day.
My question though is how much is too much? Because we're in an Olympic year. A lot of the best players, that means, are going to be playing upwards of 90 games in the regular season time frame plus playoffs. We know the NHL is moving to an 84 game schedule, which is technically the same. They're just creating 2 regular season games instead of preseason games.
I hate it.
Yeah, this is where things become weirdly oxymoronic, because I think most NHL fans would rather have a 60-ish game season, right?
I think like what we learned from, we've had a couple of shortened seasons where we've kind of gotten different feels for these and gotten to actually experience them, and it's not entirely theoretical. There was a 48 game season, one lockout year? Not enough. 56? Not enough.
Yeah.
But we get to 82 and you're like, I'm exhausted. Please stop with this.
Yep.
For me, I've long said I think 66 is probably the sweet spot for me. Like if it was 70, I'm not gonna fight somebody over 70.
4 or 5 games either way, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, right. The fact that we're going up to 84 sucks. And I will take the trade of 2 meaningless preseason games, because preseason is fun because we get to see a lot of guys that we don't normally get to see, except we don't, because a lot of times they're not televised. And a game will happen and we'll just go, well, allegedly a game happened and we didn't get to see it. Neat.
Yep.
And also, like, everybody's so excited for the return of hockey. The first preseason game is fun, and the last preseason game is fun because everybody's getting geared up for the regular season, but all of the ones in between are the worst hockey you will ever watch. The rookie showcase games are more intense and interesting than those.
The players are at least trying in those games. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. Those games are, it's such bad hockey. So that's tough to sit through. Getting the couple of extra games, I hate it. I understand that everything in society is driven by money, and you can't just tell owners, well, 66 games it is. You're going to lose all that revenue, because then you're also going to be telling players, all right, well, your salaries are also going to get reduced by 25%. I don't think they're going to go for that either.
No, probably not.
So, like for me, I'm like, okay, we're going to be at 84. Great. Now, like, add 20 years to this. How many times will we have expanded by then? The NHL is going to expand 4 more times. Are we going to have 90 game seasons? When you and I die, are we going to be at 100 game season?
I can't. Ain't no way.
Like, I'm already at it's too much.
Yeah. I don't disagree. It's at an 82 game season, you already see load management. You already see games where teams clearly are just taking a night off. You lose some of that competitive edge for sure.
Nathan McKinnon threw in the Art Ross Trophy.
Yep.
Just to take extra days off. And, it was only for 1 extra round, so really should have just gone for it. So, But, yeah, like you're always going to see, I appreciate that the NHL doesn't do a lot of it until the last, it's really 10 games when the conversation starts, and it's really the last 5 games where it's a serious thing.
It's not like the NBA, but
right. It is not such a thing, but I do think that especially for goalies who are always on the ice, I think the e-bug changes will actually be great because it'll give goalies more rest. Actual days off. Not just, oh hey, I'm still practicing and I'm still putting in this work, and an actual a break.
Sure.
But anyway, I think that for me it's already oversaturated. I'm already the 84 game season. I'm already exhausted. Just the idea of us trying to sit there on a watch along for game 84 being like, are you kidding? I'm supposed to care about this?
I do think there's obviously seasons can still be close and standings points can still be close, but the longer the season gets, the more stretched out gaps are going to become. So there's going to be situations where those extra 2 games are ultimately meaningless for a lot of teams. As far as like where they're going to finish on the season, it's just not going to matter. And while making more games sure does generate more revenue, making more meaningless games does lessen the quality of your product to a certain extent. The other side I've had
college
with
football problem right now.
Yeah, right. Because they keep expanding their playoff, and everyone's like, "Do I care about another week of college football?" I mean, I'm sure plenty of people do, but I certainly don't.
It needed that playoff, though. It really did. Stop trying to tell me that the Ohio State-Michigan regular season game is the most important thing on the schedule. Just stop. Ohio State lost that thing, won the Natty. Everybody was happy. It was fine. Just stop. Playoffs are how it's supposed to be decided.
I'm good with the concept, but you're going to have college kids playing 30 weeks a year or something crazy at the rate they're going. But
yeah,
the other thing, and this is maybe one that annoys me personally more than anything, is I hate the statistical effect. Like with 2 extra games, just throwing a name out there, but if there's 2 extra games and Nathan McKinnon has a 58 goal season or something, everyone's going to go, yeah, well, he had 2 extra games. And I'm going to be like, I don't care.
Yeah, stop. Not everybody plays 82 games anyway. Just stop.
Yep.
Like, guys miss games every single year. It's just stop. Like, honestly, it's a bigger deal in football because, like
sure,
the star quarterback or whatever, all of a sudden 60 touchdowns is on the table because they have an extra game, and then you are like, oh my god. But even that, I guess that's just one game. But suddenly 5,000 yards passing is going to be like, yeah, okay. You already see it with wide receivers where 1,000 yards receiving used to be like, yeah,
pretty free.
And now you're like, you're like, it's 17 games, dude. Like, it's like 60 yards a game or something. Like, come on. Yeah, I'm with you, man. The trying to adjust to the extra games is gonna. Great, Connor McDavid can put up 160 points.
Yep, neat.
Yeah, very cool.
Let me ask you this, AJ, because you are a fan of all sports, and we'll get to the trivia in a minute, I promise. But
I'm a sucker.
You do watch pretty much all sports. In the age of analytics, take the big 4. Which do you think get affected most? I'm assuming like baseball and football are way, way up here. And then you have hockey and basketball after that somewhere.
Affected by
analytics.
I mean baseball.
Yeah.
I'm not tall enough to put my arm up high enough for how much baseball has changed based on analytics. Football is gotten there. Basketball has gotten there. Basketball and hockey are kind of in the same place because they're both it's basically taking all the numbers that we've always used and turning them into efficiency.
Yeah.
Not coming up with new numbers, like people freak out about, I don't understand Corsi. It's shot attempts. With a different name. It's just
the NHL
shot
just has stupid names for stuff. The statistics
and
it's complicated.
It's named after a guy because everything in the NHL is named after a guy, like you can't just call it shot attempts, something that we've always tracked, something we've always kept an eye on, but we didn't fully appreciate like the importance of. It was always shots on goal. And a lot of that stuff now is still proxy metrics in hockey because it's so hard to measure how good a defensive defenseman is.
Games is too
because
fluid,
so like those guys don't contribute a lot offensively, but how good are they defensively? And their games are so impacted by, well, how good are they based on the system that they're in? This is a major thing with Brent Burns. like a major thing with Brent Burns. His numbers on the penalty kill were exceptional, but he's in a like tip-top elite PK system in Carolina. Coming to Colorado, that's a major concern for me. How translatable that's going to be. How good is Brent Burns at the PK versus how good he was specifically in that system?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the other sports, baseball especially, there's no system. Like
there's 3 true outcomes in baseball.
Yeah, right. Like and in football is another one where it's very systems based, and in basketball it's a lot more free flowing. Like, but still, like those things will matter. But I think in hockey, there's still a whole. We talked yesterday about archetypes. There's a whole archetype of a guy that we don't properly evaluate still, even with all the analytics. So that for me would say that that it puts it as 4 of 4, because that isn't. I don't believe that is true of any of the other sports. I don't think that there's just like one type of player that you can look at and say, we don't evaluate this player well because we don't have a number or a metric or anything to evaluate them on. The best thing that we can do for defensive defensemen is like expected goals against per 60. That's it.
I think we're even closer than we were a few years ago as micro stats have become more prevalent and you start to understand things like zone entry denials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we're still not all the way there by any stretch. Yeah.
And you look at the micro stats, like you pay for the JFresh subscription on Patreon. PS, totally worth it. It's getting for advertising.
It's
totally worth it if you're a junkie.
2 best ones. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a real junkie and you really want to dig deep into this stuff, do it. It's great. If you have any questions, DM me. I actually answer those DMs pretty regularly. But like all of the numbers that you'll dig into, all the micro stats that are tracked by Corey Snyder, they're all about the puck.
Yep.
Like the one defensive thing that they put in those micro stats is like zone entry denials. And even that is like, okay, well, who's he playing with? Is his most common partner getting targeted as a result? Or is he actually like denying them? Like what is the difference? It's so different. Like it's so different in hockey because almost everything is built around the puck. That makes sense. That's the game. But usually only one guy has the puck at a time and the other 9 skaters are doing other things. So there's a whole lot of the game that isn't being tracked, that is not being looked at or broken down.
It's difficult to quantify in such a fluid game denials, right? Yes, you can do zone entry denials, but look at a sport like football where the best corners in the NFL, one of the metrics that gets tracked is like, that corner was so good, QB's only threw his direction 3 times this game or whatever it was.
Right.
And that doesn't really exist for defensive defensemen in the NHL because it's too hard to be like, he just covered this guy super well. But how do you track that on an NHL ice sheet? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And expected goals is especially like we use it, but it does not consider so much of the context of the situation. It considers like location. And historically, when a puck is shot from that location, how often does it go in? And that's how it generates a certain amount of expected goals. But as everybody will know, a shot on goal from 3 feet away from Yoel Kiviranta and Gabe Landeskog are going to have
very different
values. Yeah. They have different values. They look they just that stuff does not get considered into it, and you also don't know. Okay, well, it's shot that way. It's shot from that far away, but where's the defenseman? Where's the goaltender? What's it like? What's the play? It doesn't consider a lot of these things, and that's the problem with the expected goals. Because even then, you could take away. If you take that away, scoring chances, high danger chances, all those things. That's how we get to all the numbers that we use on our show all the time. And we're pretty inside baseball. I need to stop talking so you can do your thing. But
yeah, we're
anyway,
way over. But
that is a major issue with the hockey analytics.
Yep, it's incomplete to say the least. But you know what? You don't have to be incomplete in your stomach, as we need to take our next break here. Make sure this summer you're hitting up Raising Cane's, whether it's for your next summer road trip or if you're just hungry. You can head on over to raisingcanes.com or use the Cane's mobile app to satisfy your chicken finger fix in a snap. At Raising Cane's, every chicken finger is hand battered and cooked to order. Every crinkle cut fry is crispy and perfectly salted, and every piece of Texas toast is buttered to perfection. And all of that is ready to be dipped in the Cane sauce, which is made in restaurant each and every single day. So jump in with Raising Cane's. You hungry yet? Get your order today. Of course, you can go to the website or the app, or you can just go in store and order like a normal. I mean, normal people order online too. It's fine, but do it with Raising Cane's and get your order today to keep your road trip going. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Then, once you're full of tasty, delicious chicken fingers, make sure you're also hitting up Game Time. If you want to make sure you get into your next sporting event or just event in general for the best price guaranteed, Game Time has you covered. You can jump in with us. Game Time, an official ticketing partner of DNVR. And when you use code DNVR, you can get $20 off your next purchase with the Game Time app. Download it. Join over 15 million people that use Game Time even to get their tickets. And when you do use Game Time, make sure you use their Game Time Picks feature. You put in your search for whatever tickets you want. Game Time filters out all the junk, only gets you the best tickets for the best prices based on your search parameters, whether that's a sporting event, maybe an Avs preseason game, maybe something as big as the Olympics. Either way, Game Time has you, and they guarantee you the best price. If you find tickets cheaper elsewhere, they'll give you 110% of the ticket price as a credit to your account. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download that Game Time app. Use the DNVR code for $20 off your first purchase. Of course, terms apply. Get with Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Let's actually jump into some of this trivia that I have promised today. If you're new here, my trivia is very difficult. I do very obscure things. If you want to play along, don't look it up, but feel free to jump in. I think some of them are pretty gettable this time. Not all of them, but some of them.
I don't feel good.
This is more about fun facts than it is actually getting the trivia right. But let's start here.
Oh, I got to try and line up my mic. Sorry.
Perfect. Yeah. Can you name the shortest player to play for the Colorado Avalanche, and how tall were they?
I'm guessing it's Rocco Grimaldi at 5'7".
Rocco Grimaldi is one of the two correct answers. The height was 5'6", officially listed on NHL.com. Do you know the other one?
Theo Fleury?
Correct. Both 5'6" listed officially that played for the Avs. Nice. So far, good. But let's immediately flip this question on its head. Can you name the tallest Avalanche players and what their height was?
Honestly, no. No, I don't know how big all the old enforcers were. I don't know how big Jeff Odgers was. I don't know how big Patrick Bordelot.
It is not Patrick Bordelot.
Oh, then I don't have any guesses.
You're on the right track for sure, though. Throw a height out there.
6'7".
6'7" is correct. Yes.
I'll give you a point for that.
There you go. Fair enough. You're on the right track with the old enforcers.
What about Peter Worrell? I don't know how big he was.
Yep, that's one of them.
Yep. Oh, how many are there?
There's two. There's another one.
Okay. Is the other one also an old enforcer?
He's old. You'll have to forgive me. I was young. I don't remember if he was really an enforcer or not. I assume at 6'7" that he was. He's not as old as it. He played in Colorado in 03 and 04.
Oh, this is depressing, but my dad died that season, so I don't know much about that team.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll pass. I don't know.
Chris McAllister.
Okay. Okay. So a guy that I've heard of at least. This isn't
Not totally
Yanni
obscure.
Laukkanen. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, those are the big and the smalls of Colorado Avalanche history.
Okay, I got 3 of 4. Okay.
Yeah, you're doing well so far. That
All right.
Avs surprisingly have had like 10 guys who are 6'6" play for them. They've had a ton of 6'6" dudes.
How big was Andrei Mironov? I don't think he was that big.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can look it up. Okay, never mind. It gave me the actor named Andrei Mironov. He is...
I think I only thought he was big because he wore those shoulder pads that made him look way larger than he was.
Bend way over to do that low bridge check too.
Love that low bridge.
6'3".
Oh, okay. Not even in contention for this. All right.
For the record, Peter Worrell, Chris McAllister were also the 2 heaviest Avs. They both weighed 250 officially.
Okay.
Next one. This one's a little specific, but of Avs drafted players, which player was drafted the latest and actually played a game for the Colorado Avalanche?
Oh, for the Avalanche?
Yeah.
That is a tough one. The actual, latest. So it had to be early on.
Yep.
Because we definitely know that it hasn't been recent. Man, I want to... When was David Jones drafted? I thought he was drafted in like the 9th round.
That is bang on.
So David Jones?
Yeah. David
Okay.
Jones.
David Jones it is. I was going to say,
round.
I think my guesses were David Jones or Jeff Finger.
Yeah. I didn't even look up Fingers because I just pulled up the list. But yeah, 9th round pick number 288, David Jones.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Dude, yeah, Nikita Pristupov was drafted like 215th.
Yeah. 2 whole extra rounds later, man.
Yeah. No, honestly, there have been some really good 7th round picks from them. Again,
that
early
didn't
on.
play for them ultimately, yeah.
But like Sammy Paulson, Dan Highnote, Marek Svatos, Radim Verbata, obviously David Jones, true. Jeff Finger, like they have had some guys drafted in the 200s that actually played for them that were not the worst.
Yep.
I think Kyle Comiskey was a 6th or 7th too.
Yeah, that sounds right. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head on Comiskey, but we went a little out of order here, but next one is back to sizing. No, this is my fault. I put them out of order. Who's the lightest player? Official NHL.com listed weight. Who is the lightest player to play for the Colorado Avalanche?
And it's not
the short guys from earlier.
Man. Oh, who was that guy that played for Michigan? Is it TJ Hensick?
It is not TJ Hensick. You're like so close though.
You say that, so I'm assuming it's a quad A guy.
Yeah.
Is it Mark Olver?
No.
Is he in the system right now?
Yep.
Okay, it's TJ Tynan.
It sure is. Officially listed at 160.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Which, for the record, if you don't know, take NHL weight and heights with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Those things are all over the place.
Yeah.
Usually making small guys bigger, but sometimes the other way.
Chad isn't kidding. So many TJs. One of these questions could just be name all the TJs.
Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, you just said Henzik. There's Tynan. There's Gagliardi.
Yeah. The fact that
Is there
there's
another
3 is
one?
kind of weird.
Yeah, it is a bit odd.
If I had a nickel.
And then you
Yeah,
flip it.
exactly.
And you have JT Comfort too.
Yeah. Not quite the same, but also with John Michael Lyles, you know? Like
Yeah.
he has 2 first names. He just didn't have the balls to go by a nickname like us. Like those of us that go by our
It could have been J.M.
our
Lyles.
initials.
Yeah.
Exactly. He could have been J.M. Lyles. He would have sounded like a all-time great poet.
I mean, a lot of people do call him JML, to be fair.
Or Hot Pocket. Good old Johnny Hot Pocket.
All right. Alphabetical. I'm going to combine these two. Avalanche
God.
all-time, every player that's ever played for the Avs. First and last, alphabetical. By last name, of course.
Greg Zanin.
Yep, that is last.
I bet 1 and 2 played in the same game at the end of this most recent season with Jack Ashawn and Wyatt Amott. Because
Wyatt
Amott is AA.
number 1. Yeah, I actually don't know who number 2 is off the top of my head. If it's
That's
Ashawn or
AH.
not. Isn't it AC?
No, it's AC or AHC.
You're right. You're right. I think that's here. I'll look it up really quick. It won't take very long. With
Now I'm giving you extra work.
well, now I'm curious. Like, who was it before those two played last year too? Because I don't remember. All right, all-time Avalanche by
Before that,
name.
would it be?
There is one.
Alt?
Nope. Alt
No.
is directly after Ashawn, but there's one in between Amott and Ashawn.
Can you give me a hint?
Quad A guy. Played for the Avs in the mid 2010s. Did not play a lot.
Chat mentions David Abisher.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, we're just ignoring his existence. That's fair.
We ignore goalies here.
Quad A guy played recently. Multiple stints for this organization, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Agozzino, baby. God,
Yep.
I always liked him.
If he was 3 inches taller, he'd have been an NHLer.
Yeah. That's true. Who was the guy that he never got an NHL contract, but he was really good in the queue and he was really good with the Eagles. He could only play offense, but he was so tiny. That's a really broad. I'll have to look this up later.
Are we
that's
talking
gonna bother me.
ECHL Eagles?
No.
Because Michael Jolie.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, Michael Jolie.
Yeah, he was
I liked him,
maybe
man.
the best player in the ECHL when he was with the
Yeah.
Eagles before they became AHL team.
He was really he was a good offensive player. He was really good with the puck.
Yep.
Couldn't do anything else.
Oh yeah. He was like the Nathan McKinnon of the ECHL, basically.
Dude. Did you ever watch the Denver Cutthroats?
I was very young, but I went to a few games.
AJ Gale.
Yep.
Holy lordy. That guy. It was like 4 points a night for that guy. I was like, how is this the only league he's good? It was crazy.
Sometimes you got to find the pond where you're the big fish.
Ooh, yeah, tallest goalie in Avs history. Now I'm reading chat trivia.
Yeah,
I would bet
trivia too.
I would bet it's Prosvetov.
Yeah, he was 6'6", right?
I think so.
I'm
If
not.
you ask me how big
goalie
any
stuff.
of the old goalies are, I'm in trouble.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna look up goalie stuff. We got more questions.
Hell yeah.
To get to.
Draw the line in the sand. No goalie.
There is a goalie question on here.
No!
Two.
Use. I thought we were friends.
It's okay. One of them is making the worst goalie, so it's fine. Before we get to that, extremely specific. Right shot defenseman. 41 have played for the Avs all time. Can you name the oldest and youngest right shot defenseman to play for the Avs? And I don't mean their time in the NHL. I mean currently, who is the oldest and who is the youngest NHL defenseman to play for the Avs? Right shot, of course.
Is youngest Timmins?
It is not.
Is it Barron?
Yes, it is Justin Barron.
I know he got into some of those COVID games.
Yep, he got into like 2 games and then they traded him. Maybe it was more than 2. I forget, but
I think it was 2. Do you remember he played? I think his NHL debut was that weird game in Nashville where they were pulling guys off of
half the
warm-ups
team
they were
had COVID
positive.
an hour before.
Yeah.
He beats out. I thought this one was funny just because it's like Sam Malinsky is like 3 years older than this guy, despite entering the league significantly later. And then oldest.
Like oldest when he made his Avalanche debut?
No, like who is the oldest player currently that was a right shot D that played for the Avalanche?
Okay, so we're not counting Brent Burns yet.
He's nowhere near as old as this guy anyway, so it's fine.
What? He's 40.
Yeah. I'm including all time. This guy's long retired. I'm not saying how old they were with the Avs. I'm saying how old are they today?
Oh. I got Justin Barron right on accident then.
Yep.
So the guy that was a right shot D, that was... Dude, it had to be somebody from the 95 team when I was 9?
Yep.
Damn it, I have no drink left.
You should phone a friend.
God, I really don't know, dude. I don't even know that I have a guess.
My clue would just straight up give it away. He's not from, at least back then, it certainly wasn't a traditional hockey country.
Is it Krupp?
Yep.
Okay.
Huey Krupp, born in 1965, the oldest right shot D to play for the Avs. Turned 60 this year.
Jeez. What a moment, too.
Yeah. That's the first championship moment in Colorado sports for the majors anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have a little bit of fun. Know that I do this in love. I don't mean anything by it. All these guys are fun. Well, some people will hate one of them specifically of these players, but we're gonna do some I don't know, call them bloopers, call them bad statistics, whatever you want. AJ, can you name the Avalanche player all-time most empty net goals?
Is it Mikko?
It is Mikko.
Okay.
Do you know how many? Okay, 29 on screen there.
I'm guessing 29.
What a guess. He gets the point for that.
I'm not giving it to you. No.
The next closest was McKinnon with 21.
Got ways to go there, bud.
Yeah, a couple surprise. Joe Sakic only had 10.
Okay.
And then our next one is which Avalanche player played the most games for the Avs while never scoring an empty netter?
While never scoring an empty netter?
Yeah. Yep. And you're not. There's no way you would never ever think it was this guy.
So it's not Patrick Waugh?
It is
or Semyon Varlamov? Okay.
Skater.
Not one of these trick questions where you're like, that's the goalie. Okay. I'm assuming a defenseman.
Yes, it is a defenseman.
How long was he here?
A long time.
A long time? Dude, is it Adam Foote?
It is Adam Foote. 760 games without an empty net goal for Adam Foote.
We're gonna need Eric to give him the business about that at the alumni game.
Can't
If
even
he
score into
scores-
an empty net, bud. Yeah.
If he scores in the alumni game and do an empty net, they should give it to him. They should give him one with like an asterisk.
One in the alumni game.
That's right. That's right.
Next up, this one is not a negative necessarily, but very obscure. Of goalies that actually played at least one real season with the Avs, there is one goalie that never played both ends of a back-to-back. That is, played with 0 days rest for the Avs. Do you know who it is?
He never played a back-to-back with the Avs, so he didn't play game 1 and game 2 of the back-to-back.
He didn't play both. He never played with 0 days rest in an Avalanche
How
uniform.
do you know this? Where would you even go to look this up?
NHL.com has some crazy goalie statistics if you go into some of those other things.
What in the world? How long was he here?
That'll give it away.
Okay. I guess Wah.
It is not Wah. He played in, I believe, 30 back-to-backs in his career.
What the? That was a different world. I guess if I guess if I had Wah on my team, I'd probably like get in the net.
We need a win.
I mean, Varley was pretty injury prone, so like,
Not a
they
lot,
might have been
but
saving him.
It was 8 or 9. I don't have the list in front of me, but he did play in some both ends.
Gee, and I'm pretty sure Budai did during that crazy run.
Yes, he did.
Was he recent?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Georgiev did.
He did.
I'm pretty confident that Francouz and Grubauer also did.
They did.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, I'm working my way through it.
You've encircled him with these darts.
I'll give you a hint. It's not you,
Oh.
Sananen.
So Darcy Kemper, if I've circled him.
Yep.
Ah, this is lame. Come on, he's only here for 1 year.
He played more games than a bunch of those other dudes that actually did play both ends of a back-to-back. So,
Jesus.
all right. We got a couple more here. We'll probably drift into overtime in a minute, but we can keep rolling. Again, know that I say these with love, nothing against the player. I just think the statistics are funny. Can you name the worst goalie in the shootout for the Colorado Avalanche across their career? I will say I cheated with these. I did take their statistics from their entire career, not just their Avalanche career.
So their whole career?
Correct.
Oh.
Most of which came in Colorado for their shootouts, at very least. While AJ thinks about it, we are headed into overtime, so make sure you join the conversation over at thednvr.com online. If you want the answers to these final couple of questions, you have to join us there.
Yeah, I guess I'll start with Blackwood. I'm with chat. I want to start there.
It is not Blackwood. Blackwood is quite low on the totem pole. Has a 500 in the shootout, but there is worse.
I think the worst that I remember an Av ever being at it was J.S. Jaguar. He is not good. Did he play a lot?
No, this guy did not play much at all.
Is he still in the league?
I think so. Let me confirm.
Okay.
He is still in the league.
So that eliminates Bernier, who I also don't think was great.
Yeah, he was near the bottom, but not the bottom.
Yeah, I really don't know, man.
He faced 15 shootout attempts in his career and only stopped 4 of them.
It'd be very rudo to give me another Darcy Kemper question, wouldn't it?
It is not Darcy Kemper.
No. All right.
I don't know how to not give it away, but
yeah, I don't know, man.
Buffalo Sabres' least favorite goaltender.
Oh, Jonas Johansson?
Yeah. Somehow had got into 5 shootouts in his career. Lost
4 saves?
Yeah.
15 attempts?
Yep. It's bad. It's bad, dude.
What?
For the record, in Colorado, he was 1 for 9.
You're kidding. He gave up 8 shootout goals on 9 attempts.
Yep.
Dude. How has he been a serviceable backup in Tampa Bay?
I don't know.
What in the world? That is impressive. Good job, Lightning, because my God, that's rough, dude.
Don't let him get to a shootout and he'll be all right.
Holy lordy. All right.
Flip this. We only have 2 more questions. Skater side. Who has the worst career shootout that played for the Avs? There are 2 answers. 2 answers to this one.
I'm going to need hints because off the top of my head, I really don't know. There have been some. Is there like a minimum attempt, or is this like
the
guys who went 0 for 1?
The 2 worst both went 0 for 9 in their careers.
0 for 9?
Yep.
Okay, so they have to be good enough to have been there for 9 shootouts, but and good enough to like get in the lineup, but not so good that they were a regular entry into it. Are they recent? They have to be recent, right?
I mean, shootouts only existed for so long.
Well, I mean, it's obviously not 1995 guy, but I mean, like, is it a 2010 guy, or is it like a guy in the last 5 years kind of thing?
One of them retired in 2023. The other one you're never guessing, so just shout out our boy Dario.
Did he get this, or did he write it?
Oh no. There's someone on this list that Dario will certainly appreciate.
Oh no, is it Chuck Kobasu?
It is Chuck Kobasu.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks that he's gonna listen to this. I'm so sorry. Oh no, that is. All right, and the other one you said retired in
2023.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with chat. I'm gonna guess Cogliano.
It is not Cogs. Cogs
No,
was 1 for
in
10.
Colorado. Yeah, he wouldn't have had that. This is career.
This is career. Yeah.
Oh man, how many years? How long was he in Av? I'm trying to do this with I'm trying to do this abs related, and this is because Chuck Obasu was pretty good for a while there.
I think 7 years. That sounds right. I'll double check, but he was an Av for a good while. 3, 4,
we already
5,
mentioned
6,
him in this
7,
show?
8. No.
Yeah, I'll keep going with chat. Is it Darren Helm?
It is not Darren Helm. Darren Helm was not an Av for 8 years. What?
Oh, you're right. You're right. You just gave me information and I completely ignored it. My bad. 8 years? Retired in 2023.
He was an Av for the first part of his career, and then he kind of became
a recently retired? Was an Av 0 for 8. Was Paul Stastny any good at the shootout?
Bingo. Paul Stastny was 0 for 9 in the shootout.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah.
Cogs is a good shout. Cogs was 1 for 10 in his career. So he did score one, but very bad. And then
credit to chat.
Technically, the best shooter in the shootout for the Avs all time, Cody McLeod, was 1 for 1.
Should have done it more often. He was our very own Matt Hendricks.
By the way, most attempts, Zach Parise, 144 shootout attempts in his career.
Was he good at it?
Yeah, he's like 40%.
Across 100? What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think we forget Zach Parise was really good in his prime.
Yeah, once upon a time.
Yeah.
Back when he was murdering the Avs, but, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man. He was a killer.
Final trivia question, and we'll get out of here. Who played the most games for the Avs without ever scoring a game-winning goal?
That one's not going to be Adam Foote.
It is not. He might not score in empty nets, but he scored some game winners.
Oh, okay. So it's got to be a defensive defenseman.
Yep.
Did she just show it and I missed it?
Yep.
Why wasn't I paying attention?
My preview mode lagged.
Played 155 games in Colorado.
Chat, don't give it away.
It's not a skater. It's not a goalie.
Mid-2000s guy?
No.
All right. There goes Scott Hannon.
Oh, I hated him.
That guy was. Remember, he got signed because he dominated Forsberg in one playoff series and then got to Colorado, and it was like, oh, no, he's not very good.
This guy scored 5 goals total in Colorado. Scored 10 goals total in his career.
He played 155 games?
Yep. Had 2 stints in Colorado, technically.
As a defensive defenseman.
Yep. Late 2010s.
Oh,
the next clue,
no,
I'll give it away.
It can't be Jack Johnson.
It is not Jack Johnson.
There's too many games.
Yep. Give you the giveaway clue in 15 seconds.
That's too many seconds. I'm not sure, man. You said late 2010s?
Yep.
2 stints.
Yep. He may not have a game-winning goal, but he is the greatest delay of game penalty of all time.
Is this Patrick Nemeth?
It is Patrick Nemeth.
Yeah. All right. The stuff that you're able to give it away that I will understand is also pretty fun.
We've got some niche Avalanche knowledge for sure.
Yeah. It's like a own little language there, because I'm curious how many people even in our chat are listening remember that delay of game.
The full ice delay of
Yeah.
game.
Tried to ice the puck and did it too well and it hit the netting, and then they were like, that's a delay of game, and we were all like,
Yep.
That's how that penalty works? Oh my god. All right, well, I'm proud of the fact that I did way better than I was expecting, because I know you get into the weeds with some of this. When I knew it was your trivia, I was like, all right, who's the all-time leader in shorthanded points? Like,
yeah,
I was trying to like.
I go obscure. All right. We're not trying to make it easy out here.
Oldest right-handed defenseman. Just not oldest to ever play for them or debut. Just who's the oldest guy that's right-handed. Oh Lord.
AJ did well. Maybe you did well. Let us know in the comments which ones were easy, which ones were hard. We've gone way over time, though, so we do have to wrap this up. We do appreciate you a lot. There is more shows to come this week. Tomorrow, we've discovered Etsy merch. So come watch E lose his mind over Colorado Avalanche merch
Also, Eric doesn't know what's coming. He doesn't know what this is. So I'm very excited to introduce this, because he was like, what's Etsy? And we're like, okay, we're not going to tell him.
Yep. Should be fun. Looking forward to it.
Perfect timing, because my Ray Bork socks get here today.
Oh, great. You can show those off on the show tomorrow.
Yeah! Let's see what more dumb shit I buy tomorrow.
There's some interesting stuff on there. I'll tell you that for sure. But we are done. We appreciate y'all. It's the off season. We're trying to have a little bit of fun. Tell your friends if you want a silly time about Av stuff to come join us. We're out of here. This has been the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.